The Jungle by Upton Sinclair. This is not a comprehensive review. It is a quick look at some of the major points of the novel with some ideas about approaching it. Naturalism is an approach to literature. In simple terms, a character in a naturalistic story will be overcome by external forces he or she cannot control. The fate of the character will be controlled not by the character, but by external forces such as environment, random chance, or heredity. The Jungle does not conform completely to this pattern, but most of the novel is written in the style and spirit of naturalism. Jurgis, the main character, desires to be successful in America, but he cannot overcome the forces against him, chiefly his environment, which is a ghetto in Chicago. For most of the story, Jurgis is a character in a naturalistic novel. He battles his environment, a slum which is indifferent to his existence. He battles the weather and climate, also part of his environment. It does not care if he lives or dies. The great machine of capitalist commerce is at best indifferent to him. It does not care if he lives or dies. Chance strikes at him in several instances. Accidents at work for him and his family, the death of his son, the people he meets. One might also argue his heredity also plays a part, since he does not understand the culture or the language at first. Is The Jungle a naturalistic novel? For most of the novel, the answer would be yes, but the last chapters prevent it from being a completely naturalistic novel. In the last chapters, Sinclair brings in socialism and provides Jurgis with hope. A naturalistic story usually has the main character crushed by those external forces, so the protagonist is often dead or without hope by the end. Sinclair intended the novel to promote socialism. He wanted to show the plight of the working man, the proletariat, in socialist terms. Class warfare appears several times in the novel, as the impoverished workers are contrasted with the business owners and politicians. The novel was successful, but not in exactly the way that Sinclair had intended. Instead of focusing on the problems of the proletariat, readers often were appalled at the conditions of the meat business, even though the description of these conditions is a small portion of the book. This led to the Pure Food and Drug Act of 1906. Here are some terms for further study.